Is this a team you think you could put out and win?
Oh, my team would win, mate.
They're all going to be holding hands in the 6-yard box, pushing each other. I want the tap in. Arsenal fans are going to lose.
Oh, my God. This is, like I say, this isn't a slight on any team.
I don't know whether we'll get one in
We
now.
have to get Arsenal players in there.
No, there's one I'm going to scream
We have to get Arsenal players in there. Literally,
I'd love to see this team play with you managing. And me managing the other one going, I told you.
Hello everybody, welcome to a very special episode of the Football Fill-In. There's been no Premier League action this weekend, thank God. We're actually happy for that, aren't we?
Oh, I loved it. Down the pub yesterday afternoon.
You ain't got to watch football.
Nope.
It's like no work to do. You can just have a nice time, right?
Brilliant. Yeah.
Anyway, we are filming today from my local, the Lillington Snooker Club. This is where it all goes down. This is where the action happens. We've got the snooker tables there. We've got the dartboards over here, the bar here. It's all ours for the afternoon. And we're going to be talking team of the season, Mark.
I'm looking forward to this, yeah.
Team of the season so far.
So far.
Okay, now normally, you know how it goes on the Football Fill-In. We have a bit of banter. We might beat each other's throats a little bit, a bit of disagreement, but not today, all right?
Well, surely there will be.
Well, there probably will be, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but today we got to come together, okay? We've got to do that, okay? Because we've got to pick our team of the season so far. I've got my picks. I've got 3 or 4 players for each position. You've got the same on the back of that horrible little fag packet.
Used to be a cigarette packet, but no smoking in the clubs now, so it's just on a bit of paper.
It's lined paper, by the way.
Paper.
I've got mine on my phone here. We're going to start with goalkeepers.
Yeah. So we've got 3, have we?
We've got 3 picks. Well, you don't have to have 3 picks. I just think there's 3 that stand out so far this season.
Well, you're the goalie, go on then.
But we've got to pick with one, all right? So, so I'll give you my first pick.
Yeah.
It's Aaron Ramsdale.
Okay, yeah, I've got him.
9 clean sheets this season. You agree he deserves to be in that top 3?
He's in the 3, yeah, definitely.
All right, boom. My second pick is David Raya, Brentford.
I tell you what, this is really interesting, and I will bow down to you because you're a goalkeeper. But I did.
No, you don't need to bow down.
But no, I do agree with Raya because I was going. I know who your third pick's going to be. It's going to be Nick Pope, innit?
Obviously.
So I've gone with Nick Pope. I've gone with Ramsdale, and then on the third choice, I had Raya and De Gea.
Oh, nice.
Because I think De Gea has had a good season.
Yeah, agreed.
I think we've got like the 3rd best clean sheet record in Europe, and he has much improved. But I'm going to be honest. I would leave De Gea. I wanted to give him a mention, but I would go Raya as the 3rd choice because he's the best distributor in the league and Brentford are having a great season.
I think you're trying to save your Man United pick for a later position is what you're trying to do.
Oh, there's plenty of United players in. Come on. We're having a great season.
But do we agree? But do we agree that it's got to be Nick Pope? 12 clean sheets so far this season. He's getting touted as being, he should be England's number 1 right now, right at this second. That's what everybody's saying. But do we agree that he has so far been the standout goalkeeper?
No.
No. Who?
I would go Ramsdale.
Really?
Yeah. You know what? I was up in the air and then I was up in the air like catching a catching goal. And I thought, you know what? I agree with you until you said he should be England's goalkeeper because the reason I would go with Ramsdale is I'd rather Ramsdale be in goal for England. I trust Ramsdale more than Pope. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about team of the season. So, look, if we're going to go Pope, we're going to go Pope. But I prefer Ramsdale.
I'll tell you what we'll do on this occasion. I'll get the pick, yeah?
Yeah, well, you're the goalie.
Just because it's the goalie situation. I just feel that Nick Pope, for me, to go and sign for a new club, 12 clean sheets, they're 3rd, 4th in the league, they've been absolutely flying. It just has to be him. I do agree with what you're saying about the England goalkeepers, though, by the way. I do. I think Aaron Ramsdale is there or thereabouts now. And
some of the saves he's making as well in the big games.
Mate,
like
it's personality, mate. His personality is infectious, and that is what's rubbing off on those Arsenal players. I guarantee it. When they look behind, they see him there, they think, yeah, sweet, he can save us today.
And also, what you're saying about Pope first season, for many Arsenal players, this is their first title race, and he is such a lead. It's so close. The comments I'm sure I'll have there say, we'll go with Pope, but it is close, Ramsdale.
All right, deal. We're going to go for that. Goalkeeper sorted. Nick Pope, congratulations. 12 clean sheets this season. You are our team of the season goalkeeper so far. Right, take it straight away to the left back. Give me your picks. Give me your picks for left back. I've got 2 picks.
I'm going to have to refer to my bit of paper. I know I've got Luke Shaw.
Yeah, I've got Luke Shaw.
I've got Luke Shaw. Excuse you, 3 move left back. I've got Luke Shaw. I've got Dan Burn.
Yeah, I've got Dan Burn.
And I went with Zinchenko, even though he's been a bit injured a bit. I struggled with that one. So for me, it's Luke Shaw or it's Dan Burn. And I think Luke Shaw this season has been world class. Even some United fans won't give him credit. So I know I'll be in the minority. But not many players, and you've played the game, not many players can play left back world class, top class, whatever you want to call it, and then move to left centre back and play that. I mean, I think Reece James can do it. There's a few others. So I think Luke Shaw is he edges it for me because he's better than Dan Burn. Dan Burn's having a really good season, and that's why he should be here.
Dan Burn's probably a centre back anyway. In all honesty, isn't he?
But so there's similarities there. But I just think Luke Shaw had that challenge with Malacia coming in, difficult start to the season, and has shown real mental strength to come back again, which is what you want. Had a good World Cup for England as well. So for team of the season, I think he gets it because of what he's done in the World Cup as well.
Okay, I think what we need to do is, right, let everybody at home know that when we have options, right, just because we pick one over the other doesn't mean we're not saying the other ones had a good season.
It's tough.
Yeah, the fact that we've picked them in our top 2 or 3 means they have been the best in that position. So it's no slight on them, and don't get emotionally hurt, people at home, please. We don't mean anything horrible about this, all right? But I'm with you, mate. I'm going to go with Luke Shaw. I've got, like I say, I had Luke Shaw, I had Dan Burn, Zinchenko for sure, but I think he's only probably played in about half the games so far this season. Luke Shaw for me has been absolutely fantastic. It's like he's rejuvenated again. We're going Luke Shaw. Let's take it right back. Yeah. I've got, again, a couple options. Give me your options, though. I bet you've got the same. I bet you've got the same.
Kieran Trippier.
Yep.
He's probably one of the standouts at Newcastle. Funny because he was linked to Manchester United before he went to Newcastle, and I really didn't fancy him. And maybe I would have been right on that, but he fits Newcastle like a glove, really. The experience, the quality to go to a club that needs that on the way up. Ben White at right back. I think he's been really good. I wasn't too sure about that, moving him to right back. And then I've gone with Delo at United because I think he's just had a... he was the quintessential before Rashford came through player that developed under Ten Hag first and really has improved. But obviously he's had a bit of injury lately, so it's a tough one at right back. I think I know where I'd go.
Okay, I had exactly the same picks.
Okay.
Kieran Trippier. For me, it has to be Kieran Trippier. He's just a leader. Absolutely, he's just signed his new contract as well. Newcastle flying. He's been incredible, getting forward, getting assists, chipping in all over the pitch, work rate, all that kind of stuff. Like I say, just a massive leader. That he's exactly the sort of player that they needed to sign first and foremost. He was the one, like the first one, wasn't he? Really, where you went, oh, they're going to do this properly here,
yeah.
And they have. They've done it properly from there. Like I say, Ben White, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. I'll give you Dalot. I will. I'll give you Dalot because. For me, honestly, a couple of years ago, I was thinking, he's not United standard him. Yeah, he's not United standard. Went out on loan, didn't he? Actually did really well. Came back, and this season, I've watched him thinking, yeah, you've got that little bit, you've got that grit, haven't you? That determination. But I'm going to pick Trippier. What are you saying?
No, I agree with Trippier. I think I think he does deserve it. Newcastle is not as fashionable yet as a Man United or anyone else like that, so you've got to give them that, kudos. What I find interesting, though, is where are the Man City players? I mean, they are second in the league, and I just haven't considered any Man City player. I do like. I can't see that. I've got my glasses on. Cancelo, I do like. I just want to give him a shout out, but I don't think he had a good World Cup, and I think he had a good start to the season. I think he's fell off. I mean, bit of a spoiler, James Maddison's not in my consideration later. If we'd been doing this before the World Cup, he would have been.
True.
And that's it. Some players just haven't come back from the World Cup and continued.
Joao Cancelo's been a weird one as well because he hasn't even really been playing for Man City lately either. The young kid's been playing, and there's got to be a reason why, There is. There's got to be a reason why for Pep Guardiola to put his trust when he's chasing Arsenal down and he needs performances, he needs results guaranteed, reliability. There has to be a reason why he's not playing him, So
and he was an FPL banker, wasn't he? What? He was an FPL. Should we start again?
No, it's gold. I love it.
And he was an FPL banker, wasn't he?
He was a FPL banker.
Now he is an FPL banker.
7 million cost in FPL. Yeah. He's like the most expensive defender in the game as well. And he's like on the bench half the time. Yeah. He'll bring him on for 20 minutes now and then. I'm thinking, my gosh.
He shouldn't be there.
Do we agree on Kieran Trippier?
Yeah.
Look at this, by the way. We picked 3 players, 2 of them Newcastle and 1 Manchester United. Not an Arsenal player so far, not a Man City.
They've been in the shout, though, Arsenal players. They've been in each position.
Right, so we've got the left and right backs. It's time for the centre-backs, the 2 centre-backs. By the way, I've got to say that we're playing 4-3-3, yeah?
Yeah.
So 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, could be anywhere. Could be any sort of midfielders, right? And then 4 attackers, yeah? Again, not...
12?
The what, sorry?
You just said 4 defenders, 4 midfielders and 4 attackers.
No, 3 midfielders. 4-3-3 we're playing, okay? So 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, 3 attackers, right? But like I say, the midfielders can be... It's like, imagine you're playing Fantasy Premier League, yeah?
Okay.
And you can just pick any midfielder in any position, yeah, along that midfield.
To the people with OCD, don't worry, I've gone with a holding midfielder, a number 8 and a number 10.
No, I have not done that. I have not done that. All right, go on, give me a couple of your centre-backs then. Come on. Because I've got 5. I've got 5 in my list.
I sort of did I've gone with 5. No, I've got 6. I've got 6 because I didn't know whether we were going to go right side, left side, or we're just going with what.
All
we
right,
think's the best pairing.
I've got my hand in the air there, 5 because I've got 5. Give me your first 5 or 6, and I'll see if you tick them all off.
Saliba.
Yes.
Varane.
No.
Mahrez. Not Martinez. Sorry.
Martinez.
Yeah. Botman. Gabriel. And Stones.
Oh, John Stones. That's a little wild card one.
So who was your 5th?
Thiago Silva.
Yeah, he has been really good.
He's been really
I feel
good.
like that's. I nearly put him in. I do want to. I'm glad you said that because I think just because Chelsea have had a bad season, you can still be a good player. Like you got relegated with Watford and you had a good season, didn't you?
3 times I got relegated with Watford actually.
Yeah, but I only said the one season.
But I still had a good season. Exactly that. And Thiago Silva is that guy. I don't know if he's going to make it into my team of the season so far for the first half of the season, but he is the only guy really that can fully hold his head up high. I think Kepa's doing quite well at the minute, but Thiago Silva, he's that guy. But we have to look at the players that are doing it relentlessly, week in, week out. And there's one player for me. So out of these 5 defenders I've got, right, 4 of them are maybes. There's one that's like, he's just a guarantee. He has to be in there. All right? I'm going to put Sven Botman in first.
Oh, I knew you were going to put
I've got
Botman
to put him in.
Well, I'm not putting Botman in.
Well, I think this is where I get one choice, and I think you get one choice then, okay? Yeah?
I get it, and I actually even thought last night, I bet Ben's going to put Botman in.
Why did you think that?
Because I just know that you love Newcastle,
and when
you love all the clean sheets.
Do you think
Birmingham City mentality's coming in?
Do you think it in that
Scott
accent
Dan,
as
Roger
well?
Johnson, and Ben Foster. He's going, I want them all around me. No, Botman has been really good, but I think there's a quality gap between Varane, Saliba, Martinez, and maybe even John Stones. I mean, I do think John Stones has had a good... He's one of the players that Man City just get swept under the carpet, but John Stones has been good. But for me, I would go Saliba and Varane.
Okay, but you've got to pick one. You can't pick 2.
2 centre-backs.
Yeah, I've already picked one.
You're going to go Botman?
I'm going Botman. I'm going Botman.
I thought I was getting both.
So this is what it comes down to now. I got my first pick at centre-back at Sven Botman. Now you have to decide. You have to make a choice out of Varane, Martinez, Saliba, Gabriel.
He's thrown me right under the bus.
This is
tough,
mate.
I can't... you know what? I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. I do like Saliba, but I cannot not put a United centre-back in.
Who are you going to put, though?
I'm going to go with Varane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How have we just done?
That would be a good centre-back pairing, Varane and Botman, because Botman plays left-sided centre-back, doesn't he?
Yeah, it would be absolutely incredible. And they're actually both ball-playing like centre-backs as well. That would be lovely to watch, in fact.
Yeah. You could construct so many, though. You could go Saliba and Martinez. That would be fantastic. You could go Gabriel and Thiago Silva. That would still be pretty good.
That's a good mix. That's some serious defenders
I think
in there.
that's the strength position in this team of the season.
We've just done our back 5, and there's not one Arsenal player in the back 5, and I feel a little bit bad for it.
It's your fault.
I do. I feel a bit bad
over
for
Saliba,
it.
basically. I would have gone Saliba and Varane.
We've got three Newcastle players. We've got 2 Man United players, and that's our back 5.
Arsenal fans are going to lose.
Oh my God! This is, like I say, this isn't a slight on any team.
I don't know whether we'll get one in now.
We have to get Arsenal players in there.
No, there's one I'm going to scream
We have
for.
to get Arsenal players in there.
But I want a Ramsdale and Saliba. Remember this, Arsenal
I want
fans.
them too. I want Gabriel. I want Zinchenko. I want all sorts. But I have to just pick it on what I have seen with my own eyes. And it's
3 Newcastle players in our back 5.
It's percentages. I'm talking 1% maybe. Might have just edged him, but that's the beauty of it. That's what football's about, having an opinion.
I can't wait to read the comments. Just get your 11 in the comments below, and we'll see how many Newcastle players.
You just picked Varane, all right. You just picked Varane at centre back. There's so many better players you could have picked at centre back.
You don't watch Man United. Tell me you don't watch Man United by
telling me you don't watch Man United.
Yeah. Varane's been brilliant.
Right, come on then. Midfielders, we're sorted at the minute. We got
this is hard.
Nick Pope in goal. We got Kieran Trippier. We got who was at left back?
Luke Shaw,
and then we've got a centre back pairing. Sven Botman and Raphael Varane. Midfielders, come on, free midfield. And this is the bit that I think is going to be the toughest part of picking.
Well, I've broke it. Well, the thing is, I've started off with a holding midfielder because you've got to have someone shielding. And I've gone with 3 holding midfielders. I've gone with Casemiro, Rodri, or Thomas Partey.
Oh, okay.
And
nice.
I think, again,
I'll let you have the pick on this, all right? Because I've got all of them.
Well,
I've got all of them
go
in my possible selections, all right? So I'll let you have one of them. I'll let you go first out of them first 3 players, right? And I think I know who you're going to pick, but give me reasons why.
Thomas Partey has been a revelation for Arsenal with Xhaka. I think games are won and lost in the midfield, and I think he's been ridiculously consistent and good. After when he first came in, people were sort of saying he might be a flop. Rodri is fundamental to Man City, whatever people think. He is so good at,
He's taken over from Fernandinho, basically, hasn't he?
But for me, I mean, look, maybe there's a bit of bias because I watch them every week, but Manchester United without Casemiro are at least 10 points worse off. We saw it in the FA Cup. It's 0-0 at half time, and the CDM says, I'm going to wander into space and find the winner. When it was the winner, the first goal, that was it. The game was over. He's created so many chances for Rashford, but also runs the midfield. He protects the back. I mean, he is the best CDM in the world. Like probably over the last 5 to 10 years as well.
Yeah.
That's what United have bought. So I hate it when I see people going, Partey's better. I mean, Partey's been good, but this is one of the best CDMs the world's seen in the last 5 years, and he's unbelievable. Yeah. Like he's the one player at United I don't want to lose. So
the three players you've just mentioned, right? They are all outrageously good players. Like any team in the world would be lucky to have these players in their team. They are quite literally that good, right? And I think the difference of whether you pick Casemiro first, whoever second, whoever third, you're talking the tiniest of percents. Genuinely,
Arsenal fans are going to pick Partey. I've got no problem with that.
Without doubt. I don't blame you.
Man City fans, if we can find some, they're going to pick Rodri.
100%.
But I actually do think, trying not to be biased, I still think Casemiro is the one I would take. If I'm picking a team to go and beat somebody, I'm taking Casemiro.
Okay, we've got Casemiro locked in. Okay, He is locked in. He's the first midfielder we've got. Can I put a few options forward?
Yeah, I've got quite a few. Yeah.
So, like I say, I'm not trying to play a right winger. I'm not trying to play a left winger. I'm just picking those three midfielders. All right, it's as simple as that. It doesn't matter what footed they are, what position, all that kind of stuff. Right. I'm going to throw a few names at you who I think have been the standout players in midfield this season. Martin Odegaard.
I think Odegaard's got to be in.
Martin Odegaard, first and foremost, 8 goals, 2 assists this season, right? And he is the captain. He is... I never saw this coming. I genuinely never saw this coming. When they signed him, we knew he was a good player. We knew what he could do. A lot of money, all that kind of stuff. But to turn into a leader, to turn into a captain, there's a reason why he's a captain as well. The manager sees all the behind-the-scenes stuff, and that's the reason why he's captain. Incredible. Almiron, 9 goals, 2 assists so far this season. Okay.
See, I've put Almiron on the wing.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I say, we're playing a 3 anything midfielders. Doesn't matter positions, all right? Almiron, 9 goals, 2 assists for Newcastle. After all the jip he's got over the last few years, wow, what a season.
He's fell off a little bit lately, though.
A little bit. He's just
he's had an amazing
He was
season.
relentless, wasn't he, at one point where it was just goal, 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 guaranteed.
Well, Jack Grealish ain't on the list, is he?
No, he's not. He's not, to be fair. I don't think I've got a Man City player in this midfield list, actually.
I have. De Bruyne?
No, I haven't put him in there. I haven't put him in there.
You know what? I sort of agree. I think some people are just going, Man City are having a bad season, but technically they're not. I mean, De Bruyne had a rubbish World Cup, but some of the crosses he's putting in for Haaland, some of the balls, I would still consider him, De Bruyne.
I would say De Bruyne is probably the best, if not one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. Yeah, that's not even a question. But the team of the season, based on
I'd go Odegaard over him.
Absolute form,
Odegaard.
And compared to what he's done the previous seasons, I just don't think he's quite at that level.
I wouldn't. Well, you probably could play Casemiro, De Bruyne, and Odegaard, but I wouldn't.
Are we agreeing that Odegaard has to be in there?
100%.
Okay, Odegaard is locked in. He's got to be locked in. 8 goals, 2 assists. He's been on fire, right? Yeah. Let me throw a couple more in there. You can throw yours in there.
Yeah.
This is the one where we have to come together now, yeah? This is the one,
I've got quite a few, so I'd be interested to see what you've got.
All right, so I've got Matoma at Brighton.
I didn't put him in, but it's a good shout.
He's a good shout. He's been lately, the last couple of months, basically 6 weeks, 8 weeks, he has been on fire.
I put Caicedo in.
Yeah, Caicedo, again.
I know he's a bit of a...
Without doubt, worthy of a shout.
Bit of an arse, what he's done, but I think he's... I think Caicedo's... So, at least we've got a Brighton player in.
I've got 2 Brighton players. I've got Palhinha from Fulham. Incredible for Fulham, right? I've watched a few games for Fulham.
You pronounced it. I call him Paulino.
Oh, Paulino. There was a Paulino, wasn't it? Tottenham or someone back in the day. Anyway, he's been fantastic. Yeah. He has been absolutely fantastic. Fulham doing unbelievable this season, and he's been a key part to it. Really important. I don't want to do his surname here, because I'll absolutely butcher it. But it's Bruno Guimaraes.
I've got him.
Guimaraes.
Yeah.
So there's some of the players I've got, and I think we also got to put James Ward-Prowse in there. I think we've also got to put Xhaka in there. All of these players that I'm mentioning here, I think, are worthy of a shout for the team of the season so far.
Well, the only 2 I've got extra, Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
Probably, I think he has had a good season.
He's worth a shout.
I'm not going to put him in the team of the season, but he's worth a shout. And Bentancur as well.
Yeah.
I think again, a bit like Thiago Silva at Chelsea, Spurs. I mean, Spurs are 5th in the league as well, and you wonder how. And it's not because of Harry Kane. I think Bentancur, when they don't have him, they're not as good.
They miss something, don't they?
So we've got Casemiro and we've got Odegaard. I mean, I personally think this is where I really like Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah.
But this is probably where I do something left field and chuck Xhaka in.
Oh.
Because I think he's been amazing this season. He has been amazing.
I'm with you, mate.
So Xhaka would be the one.
Mate, it's hard to pick out of these. Genuinely, this is, again, like you said, I keep saying it for every position.
Or you could put Thomas Partey in as well. You could go Partey, Casemiro and Odegaard.
We could go Bukayo Saka as well.
I think Bruno Guimaraes deserves a shout as well.
We have to pick one. We have to come together and pick on one here.
I'm going Xhaka. I think you know what, Xhaka? I just think I can't believe what he has become this season. And you know what it is? I've seen him do it so many times. He did it with United. He's in the box all the time as well. He does all the defensive work, and he's really creative in the box.
He loves to score goals.
Yeah, I think he'd be brilliant as that number 8. I mean, I think if Gundogan is normally the guy you go for in traditional years, but he ain't good enough this year. So I'd go Casemiro, Xhaka and Odegaard and be very happy with that. But I think you could construct so many different ones.
I know. This is really boggling my head a little bit, to be fair. I would love to put James Ward-Prowse in it for set pieces. You know for a fact, any corner, any free kick, there's a chance. There's a chance something's going to happen here. Bukayo Saka's been incredible. 7 goals, 8 assists, Bukayo Saka. 7 goals, 8 assists. Yeah, 15 goal involvements. I'm going with Xhaka. I'll go with you, 100%. I don't worry about that. 3 goals, 5 assists this season. I'm all over it, mate. I think that's solid as you like in midfield. That midfield would not get run over in any game whatsoever, would they?
They'd be hard to stop.
That would be a nightmare to play against.
And it's almost the Arsenal midfield, apart from Partey's out for Casemiro.
Yeah.
So, which I think actually does improve it a little bit.
There you go. There we go. We got some Arsenal players in there. We've got a couple Arsenal players in there. 2 big boys as well. 2 big boys. We didn't even mention Martinelli, by the way. Oh my God. That's the standard.
You're putting wingers on. You're confusing me now. And the people in the chat are
midfielders. Wingers and midfielders for me.
Because I've gone, my front 3, I've got a right winger, a left winger and a striker.
What, are they any of the ones I've mentioned so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've probably got them as forwards
anyway. I've got
anyway.
Almiron and, well, if we go to right wing, my right wingers are Saka, Mahrez or Almiron.
Okay, well, that would be my playing that midfield 3, sit in the middle of the pitch, yeah? In the middle of the pitch. We don't need no width on ours. We're fine. We've got the forwards that do all that bits and bobs.
So you're going to play 3 strikers, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going to play 3 strikers. We're playing 3 strikers.
You'll get battered if we were playing FIFA.
No chance, mate. This team, my team that I'm picking here.
We'll play FIFA. Actually, we'll do a FIFA game where his team plays my team.
Right, my fantasy Premier League team
play FIFA,
then would batter your FIFA team, okay?
Yeah, because fantasy Premier League, it's got fantasy in it. It's not real.
FIFA, it's not real. All right, anyway, front 3, all right? Let's go front 3. Let's go front 3. The first one, that's not even, like, this is the thing where there's one guaranteed. We all know it is. Haaland has to be Haaland. Simple as that. 25 goals, 3 assists so far this season. It's nailed on. It's in there without doubt, right? This is where you get a pick. This is where I get a pick for the strikers.
So Erling Haaland, I agree with. I've got just some of the players I've got then. Shall I read out some of the players I've got?
Go for it.
I've got Saka, Mahrez, Almiron.
Yeah.
And I would have put them on the right. I've got Rashford, Trossard, Martinelli for the left.
Yeah.
And then I had Haaland, Kane, Tony, Mitrovic
for down the middle
as strikers. So I wouldn't do what you're going to do and just put 3 forwards. So my front 3 would be Saka, Haaland, and Rashford.
Well, you've got to pick one of them, all right? Because Haaland's already in there.
I've got to put Marcus Rashford in.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to put Marcus Rashford in. I mean, so yeah, I think he's. From saying in the summer, I would probably think it's time to sell Rashford. I thought it was time.
Did you say that in the summer?
Yeah, and I'm happy about it because his brother had been to PSG. He was absolutely terrible last season.
Yeah.
He didn't look interested. These fair
Do you know what
fans.
It was? He didn't look interested. That was the worrying thing. That was
rubbish.
The annoying thing last season, wasn't it? It's not that his performances weren't great, but he just didn't look like he was bothered last year, and that really pisses people off, doesn't it?
Look, people forget that. Football changes, and you get these prats on social media who say, "Oh, look at you saying you'd sell Rashford." Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Can we play it again? I did, because he was rubbish, and so was Bruno, and so was Maguire. They were a disgrace.
6-7 months ago, they weren't brilliant.
Disgrace to the shirt. But that's why he's got to be in team of the season, because he's gone from that position where trust would gone with the fans. To now, you can't put a value on him. He is unbelievable, and that's down to the player, hard work, and it's down to a new manager and the tactics and the hard work.
9 goals so far this season.
He's it should have had a goal at the weekend chalked off.
Yeah.
So
the goal he scored against Arsenal for me last week was just that made me watch and go, oh yeah, you're on.
And
the
goal
mate.
Against Forest where he's just skipping past players,
running through, run through about 4 players there, just sticks it right in the corner.
I mean, he's got to be in there because he's scoring goals as well.
Okay, so if I was to pick my front three, right, obviously Haaland's in there. I don't think I would have picked Rashford. Okay. But I'm giving you Rashford because he has been incredible. It's not a problem for me. I don't mind this. This is the beauty of this, yeah? We all have our
Because you're going to pick
opinions.
3 strikers, that's why.
This is why I'm going to pick
balance.
3 strikers. Marcus Rashford's a striker. Come on, let's not make any bones about it. He is, really. I would have gone, genuinely, Haaland, Kane and Mitrovic is my front three.
What a mess.
I would have gone my front three of Haaland, Kane and Mitrovic.
Is this a team you think you could put out and win?
My team would win, mate.
They're all going to be holding hands in the 6-yard box, pushing
mate.
each other. I want the tap in.
Mitrovic works is like a dog, mate. Harry Kane drops to the mid. He drops all the way back sometimes to get the ball. This would be an absolute dream of a formation.
What's Harry Kane done this year?
Harry Kane this year has scored 16 goals and got 5 assists, yeah? Any other normal season where Haaland hasn't gone and scored 25 goals, any other season when Haaland then on 25, everybody is saying, oh my God, Harry Kane is the best player in the Premier League. That's what they'll be saying.
Where's he been scoring these goals then, FIFA?
16 goals in the Premier League, mate.
I don't watch Spurs.
Right, do you want to should we get some stats up, Luke? Get some stats. So he scored 16 goals and he's got 5 assists, all right? And like I say, that is a fantastic return for Harry Kane. That is normally Golden Boot winning form. That is kind of, he's looking at 30-odd goals this season if he carries on like that.
It is surprising. I mean, I agree with you on Mitrovic. I agree with you on Haaland. I think Tony deserves it more than Kane.
I'm with you. I'll give you even Tony. I think he's brilliant. But this is my pick, okay? This is the final pick, all right? And it's a tough one. We got Haaland locked in. We got Marcus Rashford locked in. I'm just trying to think now who might.
Can I just say I would go balanced for the OCD people. I'd put Saka on the right wing. Saka, Rashford off the left, Haaland down the middle.
It's too late now. It's too
late.
late.
I'm just telling people
because
they'll be frustrated with your imbalance. 3 strikers.
I've got to go for Harry Kane. I've got to go for Harry Kane and Ivan Toney. And,
what's he going to do with Odegaard behind him?
And Mitrovic, they just miss out. They literally just miss out.
Harry Kane on the right wing then?
No, they're all front three, all right? It's literally...
I'd love to see this team play with you managing the other one going, I told you.
I'm going to get the editor, Luke, to get a graphic on screen now and see what it looks like, all right? This is a dream 4-3-3 formation, all right? This is like...
a nightmare.
Do you know, like, at the end of the season where you get to pick, like, your team of the year and all that kind of stuff? You're just picking the best midfielders from the midfielder list. That's what you're doing, yeah?
Oh,
do you know...
People don't do that anymore.
I played the game, right? I've played the game, yeah? Do you know how it works?
This is why PFA Player of the Year is always rubbish. This
is how it works.
Footballers who don't understand.
This is how it works, right? You get the long list. You get the long list and you'll get all the midfielders, you get all the strikers, you get all the defenders, right? And you have to pick a 4-4-2 or 4-3-3 or whatever formation, and you pick 3 strikers and you pick 3 midfielders and you pick 4 defenders, right? And that's what I've done today, okay? I know what you're saying about balance, but I'm talking, this is my fantasy Premier League dream team, all right? We've got
to cater for everyone.
We got to go for manager. So we've come up with a team, and it's a heavy team, by the way. It's worth about £1 billion. This team is. We need to pick a manager though, somebody to run it, somebody to own it, somebody who's
easy in it.
Is it really easy?
I think it is,
There's 2 nominations for it, surely. There's 2
Haaland
nominations.
And Arteta. what? Sorry, face. Who are you going with? Oh, Eddie Howe. Any chance? Is it Eddie Howe? Billionaire funded Eddie Howe.
You are not honestly putting Ten Hag in there.
What? Why not? Wow. Why?
Oh, gosh.
Mate, you need to have a look at your stats.
Oh, gosh. Have you been drinking this? You've been drinking this beer. This was just for prop purposes today, all right? You weren't supposed to be drinking it,
I've had a pint of coffee, that's all I've had.
No, Ten Hag cannot be in the equation.
Why?
It's between Eddie Howe and it's between Mikel Arteta. It's as simple as that.
He's not in Europe. Eddie Howe is not in Europe. They're only playing 1 game a week.
Nah.
No, I think he's having a good season.
They're in the final of the League Cup, yeah?
No, they're not.
They will be. Come on, they will be.
Or so Man United.
I think they'll do United in that as well, by the way.
He's out the FA Cup. We're not.
Phone's ringing. Phone's ringing, by the way.
It's Eddie Howe. It's Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
It's Eddie Howe.
It's all the comments.
Money's in the bank, Ben. Don't worry.
People in the comments down below saying, "Oh my God, tell Mark to give his head a wobble, please. Please tell him to give his head a wobble.
Please leave a message.
Leave a message. Go on.
What about me? I'm back in the game. Sean Dyche. I'll be manager of the season.
Oh, gosh. Right, so bearing in mind then that you've picked Ten Hag and I've picked Eddie Howe, the common denominator in all of this is Mikel Arteta, right?
He's got to win it, yeah.
Yeah?
He's got to
Are
win
we happy with that? Yeah.
Arteta's got to
Do we
win
think Mikel Arteta has got enough about him to manage this team, to run this team, to gain the respect of all these players, to get them out there and working?
I just think the fact that nobody, not even an Arsenal fan, would have said they'd be in a title race, and the fact they've lost one game to Ten Hag, is remarkable. And whether you like Arsenal or not, he is. What he's done is amazing, and I don't think people should get used to what he's done. It is amazing what he's done, and he'd be manager of the year. I mean, whether he'll be manager of the year at the end of the season, I don't know.
Well, as it stands, I think he should be. I think to have a team, Arsenal, top of the league, like you say, to have only lost one game this season, to not even have a nomination in that front three, not even to have a striker nominated, but to still be top of the league, to still be on for a 100-point season. That is ridiculous going. Absolutely ridiculous going. Everybody we've ever spoke to about Mikel Arteta just says he is just incredible. Absolute top man. And he's absolutely smashing it.
And the only reason they haven't got an Arsenal player in the front three is because Ben wants to pay... they said Ben Foster.
Total
Harry
football.
Kane on the right wing instead of Saka.
We want to play total football. We want to play all our players through the middle. That's the way we play. We'll just dominate people.
Are you trying to get Harry Kane on the podcast?
We don't worry about width, all right. That's a heavy team. I think we're happy with this team. I know you've got some reservations about the formation we might be playing. Just Harry Kane, genuinely. 16 goals, though.
I don't want him on the right wing.
He's not playing on the right wing. He's playing centre forward, but he'll drop deep now
into
and then.
Odegaard's lap?
That's a formation. It's 4-3-3. That's the team. It is world class. Get in the comments down below. Let us know.
Can't wait for the comments.
Let us know what you think of it all. Who's in the right ear? Am I in the right ear? Is Mark in the right ear? He plays FIFA a lot. I play Fantasy Premier League a lot. That's my team.
Yeah,
that's
the difference. You're right.
That's the right, yeah. Thank you for watching, everybody. That's a football filling, Mark. That was wicked. Shout out to the Lillington Club, by the way. We're going to go and play some snooker and darts now. Should we down one of these? Bet you don't down it.
I'm not downing it. I've got to drive.